Now, there hasn't been a ton of details released on the upcoming Disney Star Wars show, The Skeleton Crew, but the merch has definitely started to roll out. And perhaps we can gather some clues about the show from one particular piece of merchandise, and it comes from LEGO Star Wars. So today we're going to take a look at the brand new set that was recently released, which focuses on the main starship that is featured in the show, the Onyx Cinder. Now, if you've seen the trailer for the show, then you're probably aware of the general plot. 4 young kids accidentally abandon their boring lives on a boring planet and find themselves in space and in a confrontation with space pirates. How do they get off their planet? Well, they find an abandoned spacecraft, and it seems as if they accidentally put it into autopilot and away they go. It's very Goonies. I know I'm not the first person to say that, but clearly they were going for the 80s Spielberg vibe here. And as someone who was born in the 80s, growing up in the 90s, I feel like it hits that right chord. I must have watched E.T. on VHS like a billion times. I guess Disney is banking on people like me introducing the show to their kids, enjoying it together like it's some kind of Star Wars gateway drug. But anyway, as per Wikipedia, the Onyx Cinder was a starship that at one point became buried in a forest on a planet. Unknown planet, I guess. Its first mate was the droid SM-33. And in 9 ABY, a youngling called Wim discovered it, and together with 3 other children called Neel, Fern, and KB, investigated the ship, but they accidentally activated its engines and hyperdrive and flew to another planet. But this is basically the plot that we saw in the trailer. So now that we have the background info, let's take a dive into the Skeleton Crew LEGO set to see what secrets it might hold. And just so you know, if you're interested in buying this set, I have the Amazon link down in the description of this video, and I've also pinned it in the comments for you guys. So using the link for that purchase provides a small commission that helps support the channel, as does smashing the like button, so I appreciate if you guys do either or. So from the official LEGO store video, we can see that the Onyx Cinder has a side entrance for loading the crew and its equipment. And what might be the coolest feature of this ship, we have rotating engines that I assume make it easier to transition between landing and flying. Here in the video, you can also see 2 turrets that are on the ship, and they shoot out little LEGO blasts, which is really cool. So we can assume that whoever used this ship previously needed to defend themselves. So maybe it's possible that smugglers or bounty hunters had owned the ship previously. The ship also has cargo space and some hangout space for the crew. In the cargo hold, you can see that there are 4 flashlights. You have one for each of the kids. Jode, the supposedly force-sensitive character played by Jude Law in the series, carries what looks like an old-school pirate-style pistol. I think it's going to be super weird seeing an old like flintlock pistol shooting lasers, but I guess why not? I mean, we're dealing with pirates after all. Other than that, we know next to nothing about Jode at this point, but the fact that he carries a pistol like this tells me that he might have a past as a pirate or a smuggler himself. So how trustworthy is he really? I guess we'll have to find out when the series drops. I just hope the kids' parents taught them about stranger danger, because it seems like they're going to run into a whole lot of questionable characters throughout this show. Speaking of characters, as for the characters that come in this LEGO set, it's exactly what you'd imagine. You get Jode, and you get the 4 kids, Wim, KB, Fern, and adorable little Neel, the blue little alien kid. You know Disney always just needs their cute characters to bring in the cash, but yes, he is adorable, so, you know, we'll accept it. As previously mentioned, each kid comes with their own flashlight, and those can be stored in the cargo area of the ship. The set also has 2 stud shooters, 2 rotating turrets on it, which is really cool. Each turret has 2 stud shooters as well, and a grabbing claw for, I guess, grabbing cargo or grabbing things outside of the ship. There is also a kitchen table inside and a bed, plus accessory elements including fruit and a walkie-talkie to inspire creative play. And just to hit you with some specs here on the set, it is 1,325 pieces altogether. The suggested age for assembly is 10 years old and up. The size of the ship, once completed, is roughly 14 inches long, 10.5 inches wide, and 4.5 inches high. The current price of this set is $139.99, which is a comparable price to other LEGO sets of this size. So overall, this LEGO set looks like a lot of fun, not only to put together, but also to play with if you're into that. It has a lot of moving pieces, it has functional turrets, things you can pew pew with, and enough extras for some interesting creative play. As for the show, I'm actually looking forward to it. I felt kind of burned by Disney Star Wars lately. Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters, and I felt like her show was a bit lackluster, even though it did have some intriguing moments. The same could be said with the latest season of Mando, and then you had Kenobi and Boba Fett, and the list goes on. I mean, it just feels like they fell short in a lot of ways. But man, Disney needs a hit, and I think Skeleton Crew could be just that. We don't need a show that ties into the grander plot of Star Wars and incorporates all these cameos and everything, but just a fun adventure that provides a good time and legitimate escapism. That's really all I'm hoping for. I hope that's what we get, but regardless, at the end of the day, at least we still have Andor, right? So can't be too mad. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, guys. What do you think of this set? Are you excited for Skeleton Crew? Let us know down below. And again, feel free to use the Amazon link in the description or the pinned comment if you're interested in purchasing this set. Also, check out the video that comes up at the very end of this one, where I share 3 incredible Star Wars Lego deals on Amazon currently. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell so you don't miss any future breakdowns of new geek culture related products and amazing deals on those that are already out there. So thanks for hanging out with Geekazon, and may the force be with you.